Hello, friends and family around the world. Today, we have a very special guest, Mr. Rob Galvin. Now, this is a pretty cool situation. We've been threatening to get together for about 7 years now. There are actually only 28 verified Thinkific experts in the world. And Rob and I are two of them. So we're getting you right double tapped with the experts corner here for the Thinkific crew. And Rob not only is an expert on the Thinkific platform, but also is one of the app developers behind the scenes and has some incredible new tools that can power up any Thinkific site. So a bit like, you get yourself a mobile phone, it has the basic settings on there. Oh, my blur's gone really interesting here. Nice bit of non-focus happening. What's going on? There we go. No, not there we go. You can't see me, it's all blurry. Like you can add any apps, basically. You can add now super power ups to your Thinkific site to get it to do new, amazing, fancy, cool, extra stuff. And Rob's going to tell us a bit more about that in better terms. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Sarah. Yes, it's been a while. We've been experts for a long time. I call us kind of like the OGs of Thinkific experts before there was an expert program, in fact. So we've been doing this for a while. I can't wait to talk to your audience. Thanks for having me.
It's so good. Whereabouts in the world are you calling from those listening on my side?
Yeah, so believe it or not, I am not in Canada. A lot of people think I'm in Vancouver, but I am in North Carolina in the US, originally from New York. So that's where this accent comes from. So yeah, looking forward to the conversation.
It's going to be so good. An absolute tech ninja here. So you're going to be talking to us today about your new software, and it's called Super Power Ups. Superpowers for your Thinkific site. I know that you're going to actually give us some demos today. We're going to have a little bit of some visuals on what these Super Power Ups are and what they can do to a Thinkific site, and you're going to show us how they work. But can you kind of give us a really quick overview? What's a Super Power Up for a Thinkific site, and what kind of stuff do these Power Ups do?
Yeah, absolutely. So really what I'm focused on is I'm really focused on getting your customers to be having a better experience with your Thinkific site, to get them to like you more and to get them to like your courses more so they buy more from you. That's my ultimate goal. What a power up is essentially an easy way to add on new features to Thinkific, to your site experience, even inside of your course. And we'll talk about some of those, but essentially we're adding new, I call them superpowers. Thinkific likes to call them apps, but I call them power-ups or superpowers. And essentially it doesn't require any technical skills. You can quickly add and remove them. And when you install an application or a power-up, you essentially have endless upgrades as well. So anytime we update or add new features, you automatically get it without doing any work. So it's really a fabulous way to kind of add new abilities to your Thinkific site, make it look different, make it behave different, really just kind of give you what you need to run your program and your courses.
Love it. Well, look, I'm excited to have a look at what these can do. I love the Thinkific platform. I find it really, really easy for anyone, even without tech skills, to create and sell their courses. But anything that adds a bit of extra juice to a platform that's already extremely versatile and easy to use is exciting stuff. So can we have a sneak peek at what some of these are and what they do?
Yeah, it sounds good. How about I share my screen and just kind of go over them? Would that be good?
That would be awesome. I can't wait.
All right, let's give this a try. We'll share the screen. I'll share my window here. All right, let me know if you see my screen.
We are in, yes.
All right, cool. So I'll kind of go through these one by one. Essentially, actually, before I jump to that, let me just take a step back. So essentially what you're doing with these power-ups is you're installing individual applications into your Thinkific site. So I like to call them superpowers because you may not need all of them, but depending on your situation, you may need to pull out that superpower from your power belt and use it to increase your abilities, essentially. Make your students happier, sell more courses, make you more impressive, make your experience just more memorable. So that's what the whole idea behind these power-ups. The first one that I would just want to kind of show you is one that's called Playa. Okay. So this is a course player sidekick. It's essentially an add-on to the course player experience. So think about like if you were, coaching somebody through something, if you could actually kind of virtually be there to encourage them along the way. This is what essentially Playa is about. It's as if you were there. So like, if you go to a gym, who do you think is going to succeed more? Somebody who has a personal trainer who's there coaching them, or somebody who's just knows, how to use the equipment and just has a routine in front of them to follow. I think it's going to be the person who has that person, that coach with them, encouraging them, nudging them, kind of giving them the high five at the right moments. And that's what essentially a Playa is all about. It allows you to make your course player experience more yours in multiple different ways. You can make it more fun and more memorable, which is really important. It's not about your information. It's about how memorable you are and how you're able to connect with your audience. So this allows you to do it in many different ways. It also helps you increase course completion. So we know that's a huge problem, right? Where people are just not completing courses because they get discouraged or they get confused or they don't know what to do and they just give up. So this is a tool to help you kind of push your students through your course. And lots of different ways to kind of gamify the experience as well. Again, making it more interesting. Okay, so that's what the idea of Playa is about. It comes with 3 superpowers. Okay, the first one is what we call the tour guide. So you can see on the right-hand side, you can see this kind of like tour guide showing people how to use the course player, which you think is kind of a basic thing, but people have trouble with using the course player. I don't know, have you heard of this, Sarah? Lots of students are just, they have some troubles depending on their age, the content, what have you. So this tour guide shows them around the course player so that they don't become frustrated or confused, right? Frustrated and confused.
And I found, I really do find that this is the thing. I think those of us who are creating courses or those of us that have kind of grown up in this digital era, we sort of find it quite intuitive to navigate around something like this. But there's a lot of people that are only just starting their online course world, online course journeys, online learning experiences for the very first time. And it's not completely intuitive for everyone. So, I've seen a lot of people, Thinkific users who have added this Playa add-on to their Thinkific sites and have just found it transformational in reducing the number of admin emails they're getting from their students saying, help, how do I skip to the next lesson? Or help, where do I find the thingy lesson? This is brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
It's amazing. Even that little go to dashboard link, people just they're confused. And especially when you have a membership program and you're selling, retention, you want to allow people to quickly go back to other courses. So this really helps with that. And, in all the things that we do, we always try to add personalization to our power-ups because we feel that's really, really important. Like for you to personally, call out the person's name. You see my name is injected in there. We have this thing called smart text. So you simply kind of add a text in a certain way inside of Site Builder and the person's name will be automatically injected. So that's really cool. And then we also like to add some fun in everything that we do because it just makes things more interesting when it's more fun. When you see a funny GIF of a celebrity appear, it just kind of throws you off for a bit and it just kind of draws your attention back into it. So you can add fun GIFs and images, whether they're personalized or just things you get off of Giphy. And of course, with everything, we know branding is important for your site. So we allow you to customize this tour guide with colors and all. So that's just one sort of feature or superpower of Playa. The second one is probably one of the most powerful features inside of Playa, and this is what we call power pops. So inside of the course player experience, you may want to nudge your student. I like to call them all members. So you'll hear me say the term members. You may want to nudge your members in certain ways, like encouraging them to, all right, great, you just started, keep going, or you're almost there, keep going, or you may want to remind them of when to take a break or remind them of that worksheet that you just made available inside of your lesson. Like, did you complete that? So there are these little, pop-ups that can appear based on how you want them to show up. You can use them for calls to action even. So if you want to have people, go into your Facebook group for support, a pop-up could appear at just the right time where, people may struggle with a complicated lesson. You can say, hey, so-and-so, did you know there's a support group? Remind them of that main benefit that you sold them. And there's a nice convenient link for them to go right into the support group and get some help, So lots of different ways. I've seen so much creativity in people using this tool, really super powerful. Again, we have personalized smart text in there. And the way this works is you can trigger these based on different conditions. So you may want to trigger things based on progress. So maybe they reach 100% and boom, there goes the confetti. So you have a nice animated confetti.
Like that.
Yeah. Or maybe you want to trigger things on specific courses or specific lessons. So again, you want to remind them of a worksheet or something important that you just covered. you would trigger this pop-up at that point in time. So lots of different ways you can kind of use this to just complement the course experience without being, without being too annoying, but also at the same time, kind of virtually being there as that like sidekick, that coach that is, along the way. If you can't, physically be there, this is the next best thing for you to actually virtually be there for them, kind of encouraging them along the way. So lots of cool, lots of cool ways we've seen that.
Here. Great.
Sorry, there was a little delay there. I'm sorry, Sarah, go ahead.
That's all right. I was just saying, we've got some comments coming up here saying awesome features.
Cool. Yeah, welcome everybody. Thanks for hopping on. So that's just the second kind of like superpower inside of Playa. There's one more in there, which is kind of one that I wouldn't think that people would maybe use too much, but actually people are using this quite a bit, and it's a style editor. So inside of Thinkific, you really have two choices. You have light and dark, and light is like gray, right? And dark is dark. So there's nothing in between. And we know branding is important for a few reasons. Again, to kind of, have that interest, but also to remind people of who you are and your brand, right? So we have this style editor, which allows you to easily customize things down to the fine, grain control of, having different colors on the sidebar, adding gradients, adding photo backgrounds. You go crazy with this.
Nice.
Besides the coloring, you can also make that dashboard button stand out better by highlighting it and actually turning it into a button instead of a link that's kind of hard to find. You can also do things like hiding things. Like if you have a course that may be just more of a resource library where there's no progress, sometimes that progress confuses people. It's like, hey, what do you mean I'm complete? No, I want to visit this resource again. So this allows you to kind of like hide the progress bar and just hide progress in general for specific courses, if that, is something that you need. And then one really cool thing, this is more of a productivity benefit, is custom fonts inside of your lessons. So maybe you want to have lesson text. Do you have a lot of students that are using like the lesson text and injecting text into the lessons?
Yeah, absolutely. And particularly since the video lesson was upgraded to have the text within the video lesson, people are finding that a beautiful way to kind of say, in this lesson, we're going to cover the following things. So you're pre-prepping their students for what they're going to get. Absolutely would be great to see some more functionality there.
Yeah, definitely. So lots of times people want to do that, but when you have to, let's say you want to do some colors or you want to have a certain font for the headings and body, you have to repeat that process over and over again for every single lesson. So this allows you to basically define like, hey, I want to use a script font for the headings. You create this style inside of Playa, and now all of your course lessons will adopt that style. So instantly, poof, you can have this really super branded course experience down to to custom fonts as well inside there. So this was our first kind of power up or application that we released to the App Store back in May. Our whole thing is we're releasing new power ups every single month. So new superpowers to the existing ones and actually new applications. Here's another one that we just recently released. I think it was back in June we released this. This is Flix. So Flix is a Netflix-like student dashboard replacement. So
I love that.
Yes, that's the reaction we usually hear from people when they see this.
Sexy.
Like, I've been waiting for this for a long time. As you may know, the student dashboard is not very customizable inside of Thinkific. You essentially have your course cards, and that may be okay for somebody who has maybe a few courses. But once you get beyond that, and you have a membership, you have many courses, or even if you have a single course and you want it to appear more interesting by having a single course Netflix track to represent the lessons, you can do that with Flix, okay? And this essentially replaces the dashboard. Literally, if you go to the website, you'll see in 5 minutes, I change a dashboard from the basic one to a Flix style dashboard in 5 minutes. And really super easy to set up and use. The benefit, besides it looking really good and more familiar, like people are used to with all the streaming platforms, everybody's streaming nowadays, right? Especially after COVID and binge watching all their shows. You really want them to binge watch your content as well. And, besides it looking really good, it also helps them keep focused, which is really important. If you have a membership program, it's all about retention, right? So if they're focused on, in the example I do, dog training, if they're at like level 1 of dog training, they're not going to be interested in level 2 and 3. So let's create a follow the yellow brick road of training material for them in a nice track, so they don't have to think about it. They just have to go down the track and check off the courses that they've completed and watched. The cool thing about this is, let's say you had your track set up as different bundles. In my case, let's say I had level 1 was something you could purchase, level 2 was something else you can purchase. You can set up in such a way where now that track is a way that you're upselling your other programs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Great.
like, you know, in Thinkific, you only see what you're enrolled in the student dashboard. Yeah. Well, that's a perfect opportunity to sell to your existing customers, which is a lot easier, right, than selling to new people, right? So,
very good feature.
Yeah, this makes your dashboard look great, but also helps you sell more stuff. So that's Flix.
Incredible.
It's really cool. Again, very brandable as well. We have like preset styles. You can drop Disney style in there, Netflix, Hulu. We have like 5 or 6 different streaming platform colors, and you just drop it in there and it looks just like this.
Robbie, this is such a game changer for people, because, you know, although we can never kind of replace all of our marketing strategies, anyone who's successful out there is using lots of different strategies to market their courses, whether that's organic marketing, paid advertising, email marketing. But, you know, I think at the moment, a lot of course creators are depending on communicating with their existing customers by email, for instance, to say, hey, once you've completed this course, here's another course that I have, hoping they see that email, hoping they read the email and see that there is another course. But yeah, this here is boom, they're inside your dashboard, they see something they want, and that gives them the opportunity there and then to buy it when they're there in the mode, ready to buy. And isn't it true? Yeah, how many of us have gone to the supermarket to just buy some bread and milk? We've come out with a whole trolley because there's stuff there. And this, I think, follows that psychology. It's really, really neat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, my whole thing is, I have this thing called Forever Fan Experience, because I really feel that as a course creator, you're selling growth and transformation. You're not selling information. I hate when people say, I'm an infopreneur. Don't say that. You know, you're really a coach and you're really selling growth and transformation. So you have an opportunity to sell forever, like to have customers, to have, I don't call them customers, I call them fans or members, to have fans forever if you set it up the right way, right? And this is just, a reminder to people of what you can do. They may not be ready to go to level 2, but at least they know that you have that for them. You know, if you don't have that there and they're in there watching level 1 and they don't even know you're selling level 2 because you have it on some secret sales funnel page, like they'll never buy it. But here's a nice reminder. So when they're ready, oh yeah, they do have a distraction during trainings lesson, so it's just a nice way to kind of, just nonchalantly get more sales, so.
I absolutely love it. I mean, if that's not a reason to power up your site, I don't know what is. Now, I also know one of the other things that a lot of people ask in the course creation space on any of these, on the LMS platforms, is how can I make my landing pages look sexier? Is there a way to kind of really customize the landing pages to have make it feel like it's of my own real website? I know that we may have some power-ups that help with that as well. Is that right?
Yeah, so they're actually coming in August. So you must be reading my roadmap or kind of peeking into my my release schedule. So in August, I'll jump to this slide just since you mentioned it, but this was kind of the end. This is what's coming in August. So here's what we did. We started off at the course player because everybody uses the course player. Then we went into the student dashboard with Flix. And the other one that I'll show you in a second is Ding, to help with the student experience, because everybody uses the student dashboard. Not everybody uses Thinkific for their sales pages for lots of different reasons. And now we're tackling the top of the funnel and your sales pages. And we're introducing the beginning of what we're calling funnel kits. Funnel kits will have a kind of a simple way for you to execute a funnel. You do not need to think about it. Everything is going to be served up to you on a silver platter. In August, we're releasing what we're calling the mini class or the mini funnel kit. Essentially, what it's going to include is a set of pages. So you'll have a really easy to fill in the blank, opt-in page, which has essentially all the copy there for you. You just replace, the key pieces of information inside there. So it's all served up, no lorem ipsum inside there. It's essentially training, in a bottle right on the page. But in addition to fill in the blank pages, we're also going to have, training included with it. So how to use this funnel kit and what is this mini class? Why is a mini class really important for, lead generation and an easier way to sell? And really kind of educating you on how to use this and why you should use this, okay? What's really cool about this is it's going to have what I call frictionless opt-in. So today, you really can't do this on Thinkific for people to opt in frictionlessly. So when you're trying to create leads or do lead generation, you know, having to fill in a password is kind of a possibility that they're just going to bail, right? So you really just want it as simple as possible. Name, email, get the thing, right? As a lead generation. So this will include the ability to have frictionless opt-ins using either Thinkific's lead capture feature or your own. You basically just drop in your own opt-in form and it will use that as well. So this is starting in August. This is just one of the things you can do. One of the funnel kits we have inside of the mini collection is a case study funnel kit. So you get a case study funnel page as well as the actual delivering the case study page. That's just one of the kits that we're going to have inside there. So really, really excited about funnel kits. This is definitely going to be a game changer for people who are, fed up with having to kind of pay for another subscription, like with lead pages or ClickFunnels or anything else. This will basically allow you to do everything on Thinkific without an additional subscription. So,
That's
which,
amazing.
by the way, I didn't really mention, like these power-ups, we're kind of selling them in two different ways. One is just one-time payment. So $99, you can get one of these power-ups. That's it. You don't pay ever again. And you can keep it forever. You get the updates forever. Like anytime we update a power-up, you get it. Like there's no extra cost. Or you can just, we have this power-up pass where you can basically pay $3.99. You just get them all. Like get them all, keep them forever. It doesn't really matter, right?
I'm in. I'm in, definitely. And you can see here already. I always say to people when people go, "Oh gosh, there's another thing we're going to buy, another thing we're going to have to pay for." You have to look at what it is going to gain for you in return. And you're looking at just one of these alone. I can just see that's the kind of the flex thing on the front there. One thing alone is going to earn way more money than that back. So it's for things like this where you can make a couple of little tweaks to change the way that your business is running and the way that people experience your business and whether or not they continue to buy from you and recommend others to do so is just massive. And, for me, I can see with a lot of courses on my dashboard, this is going to be an absolute game changer.
Yeah, definitely. I think you hit on a key point because I think a lot of people, when the App Store is released, they're seeing like, yes, there's more things I need to buy. Like, it's difficult. They're just ramping up or they're doing okay with their business and they find it, as a question. But you have to really think about like, all right, the time for you to figure all these things out, right? First of all, the time for you to set things up. If you were to pay a developer to kind of create these, you're definitely paying several hundred dollars, if not thousands, for them to create this for you. So really just leverage our experience. I had this slide on here, which I was going to introduce myself before, but I've essentially worked with all of the gurus that are using Thinkific. So we have a lot of leverage in terms of what we're seeing. And I don't put this up here to brag, but it's more about showing you that we have a different perspective. We're seeing what works. Like Sarah, you're working with a lot of these clients as well. You see what works and what doesn't work. So, leverage this knowledge. And that's what I'm trying to deliver to the Thinkific community as a whole with these applications, because, we're working with these clients one-on-one and I can't work with everybody one-on-one. So we're packaging up this knowledge and kind of delivering it as these applications that you can just instantly add to your Thinkific site. So use that for sure. So yes, you hit on kind of the thing I was going to talk about at the end, but that's totally fine, is the funnel kits. That's coming. And this is a big area that we're going to be focusing on for the future. The two other ones I just wanted to mention real quick, the small ones, but powerful ones. I'm really shocked with how useful people find these. Some of these little things to me are just so like, wow, that's trivial. That's easy. Why should I even put this together? And then I put it out there and like, oh my God, I couldn't believe this. I've been trying to do this for years with Thinkific and I couldn't do it before. So here's like, I'm blown away. So we have so much in the queue. It's just, we can't get them out quick enough. That's the thing. So Ding is one that we just released. Really nice way to intelligently target your members with notifications inside the member dashboard or used elsewhere. But why would you want to do that? Well, maybe you have different levels of programs and you want to tease content for the people who are not part of your membership, or you have a membership and you want to announce new content and remind people of things that are inside your membership program. Have a nice little announcement bar on the side. They can quickly see what's new by clicking a button. Again, you can just, hyper target them by putting smart text in there and say their name. You can include video inside there. So here's one use case that people really were going gaga over. They're doing group coaching every month, right? And people, they can't attend the lives, as you know, even this one, a lot of people won't attend the lives, but they'll watch the replay. So this is a nice, convenient way. You log into your membership dashboard, you click a button, there's the replay. You can play it right there. Like, you don't even have to go into the course. Like, right there, they can watch the replay.
Nice.
Just a simple thing for them to do, you know?
That's very, very cool.
Yeah, and it just you can also do scheduling as well. So if you want to, schedule post announcements to go out at a certain time or to hide at a certain time, maybe you have a promo, holiday promo, what have you, you can do that as well. So just a really, again, this is all for Thinkific. Every day, me and my team, we work on Thinkific. That's it. We don't do any other platforms. And I've been doing this for 5+ years. We specialize in Thinkific, and if you're going to be using Thinkific, I want you to get the most out of it. And that's the whole idea behind this. The one last kind of power up here that I have to talk about is kind of a difficult one to talk about because it's just a bag of tricks. But actually, this is the one, like, it's not even on the App Store. It's just kind of like, privately sold and given to our customers. It's just a bag of tricks. Like, here's one. So we have this magic sign up fields. So, in this sign up form, if you want to have a custom fields, but there's no way to do a drop down. Or a checkbox, another checkbox. So this allows you to do like a drop down. Everybody wants to do states or, pick your job type, when you enroll. So we have this little, power up, and you just drop it on the sign up page, and now you can have instant, drop downs. Simple things that we just create, like, in literally probably 10 or 15 minutes, and we throw it in there because we know we can use it, and we know you can use it as well. People always want to hide stuff. They don't want to have the price on the course card. They don't want to have this on the dashboard. They don't want to do this and that. So we allow you to hide things on the pre-built pages. And then we have situations where you may not want to have people have access to certain pages. So I have situations where they want to block certain pages based on email domain, or they're not using the course sales pages. So they don't even want people to see it because they're going to get confused. So we have all of these redirects in there, that you can essentially, completely control your site so that you can make sure people aren't hitting the pages they're not supposed to, essentially. And then just to throw icing on the cake, we have this expanded icon library. If you're using Thinkific's landing pages and you want to use a bigger set of icons, we have, an icon library that's built in there too. So that's kind of Swiss. These little requests that come up, and we do get a lot of them, that we don't really have a home for, we just throw it in there.
I love it. It's like the man drawer in every house. So, like, it looks like it's it's just full of useful stuff that you're going to need at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like, this is one of the things as part of our membership. We always get requests that come in, and people say, like, Rob, why are you doing this? Because it's costing you time and your developers to do this. And like, it may be a small thing. Like, well, if somebody's asking for it, then chances are other people will need it too. So we love to hear requests, and lots of these features, come from our members. Like I said, we have these two programs. The Power Up Pass is the membership program, and the members get to, kind of request things, and we listen to the other ones as well, but they get priority. And, I'll tell you, there's a lot of great ideas that are coming from the community. And like I said, if you're using Thinkific, I'm using Thinkific all day, every single day. I want all of us to benefit. I think we're better together. That's my whole philosophy. And, we'd love to hear, different requests from different people, because I can tell you, working with all of these clients, like whether they're coaches, TV personalities, corporations, there's one size does not fit all. There's so many different ways. And Sarah, right, that people are using Thinkific. And, having these requests come in and being able to kind of quickly have a team that's just dedicated to this. We know the platform. We can, really kind of create these superpowers pretty quickly and give them to our members. It's pretty gratifying to know that even these little things like this little, ding power up is super helpful to our community. So.
Absolutely amazing. And look, I think that brings us nicely to time today. This is so exciting. And I know obviously we've only had half an hour, so there's so much more in there than what you've been able to show us today. But I think certainly enough for us to realize that this is going to be a game changer and take our sites to a whole new level. If you're wanting to, really build a business that is based on endless referrals and recommendations, which is where the real success comes from in our business, we need our students to be having a wonderful learning learning experience. We want our members to stay with us continuously forever. And that comes from having the right platform, the right structures in place to give them a predictable, reliable, and beautiful experience in there. Rob, what you guys and your team have done is just mind-blowing. And I know that you've got a huge amount of other exciting things due to come out in the not too distant future. I'm going to be first front of the line to grab them. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Is there any last words really that you would like to share with our Thinkific users and course creators?
Yeah, well, I first want to thank you again for having me on here to let people know about this. So yeah, I really appreciate it. If you're interested in these, if you have questions, just, mention me in the Thinkific Facebook group. I'm always inside there. That's kind of how I started my business, was helping people inside the Thinkific Facebook group. So, definitely reach out to me on there. You can always check out superpowerups.com if you want to look at any more of the power-ups. And yeah, just really interested in hearing any special requests that you have that you don't see there. We'd love to hear it. So.
Amazing. And you can find both Rob and myself on the Thinkific Experts page. That's thinkific.com/experts. And that will take you to the links to both of our profiles and pages if you want to reach out to either of us. Otherwise, remember, we only grow one step at a time. And there's lots and lots of training out there available to help you grow. And, you have a whole entire world of people out there, many of whom are looking for the skills and the knowledge that you already have. So please take it out of your head, go and share it, create that coaching program, create that membership academy, create that online course, write that book, whatever it is. There's somebody out there whose life will be changed if you find the courage to go out and share that knowledge that you have. So from Rob and I, we'll see you again another time, I'm sure. Good luck. And thank you, Rob, for today. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Go be a superhero, everybody, to your community.
Love it. And just to end there, don't forget to go and check out the Super Power Ups on Rob's website. That is superpowerups.com, superpowerups.com, where you can go and have a look at all of the things that Rob's shown us today in a bit more detail, and also get hold of them to add to your site too. Thanks again, and see you all soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.